What is up, everybody? It's your boy Rogue here. So, today's video, I'm gonna bring you guys my exclusive Go Second Hero deck profile. Now, as a disclaimer, I've only tested this deck in 2 tournaments. First tournament I've tested this deck in, I went X1. And then, now I mainly only lost synchros because I'm playing blind Go Second. You know, if you make synchros go first, they pop off, make unbreakable boards. And they made a card that freaking level 4 synchro that stops freaking Forbidden Droplet, and I couldn't do anything. And then I beat everything else. And then the second term I played this deck in, I went X2 in 5 rounds. No, actually, was it 4 or 5 rounds? I went X2, mainly due to myself. I made a misplay against Sword Soul. I was supposed to target something different with my Cross Crusader, and he had the DD Crow main decked. And then I lost against freaking DDDs because he main decks Nibiru. And on top of that, he just grinded and came back like crazy. And then I blind second. I was like, screw it, blind second, let him go first game too. And he set up a board, and I opened up a pretty go first hand, but none of my go second cards and no hand traps. But nevertheless, here's the list. I'm not gonna go too much into detail. I think the list is very solid, and I'm very satisfied for the format. Everyone who is on my channel membership is gonna get this video first, a day early. So if you guys want to become a channel member, hit the join button down below. Also, if this video can get 500 likes or 5 super thanks, it'd be highly appreciated. The super thanks go to supporting the channel and supporting your boy. So let's go to the list. 3 Stratos, staple. I still like it in Go Second at 3 because, I mean, Stratos, popping back row is very crucial. You want to play 3, no exceptions. 1 Honest Neos because it helps OTK. This deck is really OTK focused. This is my first time playing, well, my second time playing a heavily OTK focused hero build. I think this is the format for it, mainly because Despias, with a bunch of Despia variants running around, like Dark Lord Despia, Pure Despias, Brave Despias. A common trend is main deck Super Poly, and we just can't afford to get Super Poly because we just auto lose if they have Super Poly. So yeah, this is why we playing Go Second. So yeah, Honest Nails is really good. Bane, a Dusty Gold, because Bane is really good in Go Second. Go First, if you're playing a solely Go First build, like I saw an OCG list that ran a bunch of the just Stratos, Hero Lives, 1 Liquid, and a bunch of back row. You don't need the a Dusty Gold package, but for heavily OTK based decks or hybrid decks that like to go first and second, which is what I was playing before this format, you can play a Dusty Gold. However, it's good. Like the card, whenever it comes up, it's amazing. So I love it. It's like, I don't play Plasma in this build because I'm focused on going second. So I want to reduce my bricks. But if I do have a brick, it could be a Dusty Gold because I can just always pitch it, add Dark Calling. And now my opponent is forced to respond to Dark Calling, or they're going to risk losing their field. 1 Liquid because Liquid is busted. You guys already know what Liquid does, no need to explain. 2 Shadow Mist because the ratios is always 3 is too many, 1 is too little, 2 is just right, and never wanted a third. 1 Denier and 2 Mally. Like I said, I cut the Plasma because this is strictly blind second. You can opt to side Plasma, however, in this format, since there is a lot of Despia, it's better to just side in the Destiny Hero Dark Angel. The channel D-Time, shout out to D-Time. New channel, the guy that runs it, Michael Bowden, he actually top 8 of his regionals with a Destiny Hero Dark Angel list. So, and he main decks 3 of them. However, with that being said, for you hero players that don't want to play pure Destiny heroes and want to play just regular heroes, I think Dark Angel is best side decked for when you go first against Despias, because if you go second, I mean, you don't really care about locking the opponent out. You want to OTK. So that's why I'm not playing the Dark Angel in the main deck. And I don't have it on my side deck yet, but I plan on testing it again. This is the first time I tested it. It was just kind of like bricky because everyone at my locals plays tons of hand traps still. Like, people are running, at least in my local area, everyone local is different. People are running DD Crows like crazy. People are running Ash Blossoms, Imperms, Nibiru mains. So everyone in my locals plays Yu-Gi-Oh! And they take it to heart. Like, I have a lot of good players at my locals that's top 8 at regionals, YCS, and etc. So I have a highly competitive locals, man. Like, a lot of I'm running into a lot of hand traps, so this is why I'm like not main decking a lot of that special tech. However, with that being said, it will be side deck for like mainly the Despia matchup. 2 Vions because the ratio was always 2. 2 Increase. I ain't gonna lie, I've considered trying to cut it to 1 again. I've never done 1 Increase, so when I tested it, I open up 1 Increase and I'll pretty much break half your deck engine is done. I like it at 2, no exceptions. If you open up 2 when you main deck 2, you're just extremely unlucky. It happens maybe once every 3 to 4 months, so that's just something to keep in mind. 3 Ferris, this is busted. Best combo starter in the day. You run it at 3 because this It's your first extender. The main thing about the hero deck right now, like you need all the extensions you get. So, and run deck off with 2 Ghost Bells because it's good for the meta. And I found out something pretty cool. You can actually Ghost Bell DD Crow. And like I said, I don't know about you guys' local area. However, in my local area, everyone's main deck can DD Crow at like 2 to 3. So this is really good as a counter up against DD Crow. Ash Blossom, I took it out of the main deck. I don't even run it on my side because while it's good to stop like things like Brain Infusion and etc., this build, I don't really care based on my side deck, based on my main deck, because they can Fusion they field all they want. They just gonna run into a Super Poly and get ran into an OTK. So Ghost Bell is more of a defensive card than an offensive card. However, it does help against the Brandon matchup and other matchups like Eldritch and etc. So running at 2, no exceptions. Think about bumping it up to 3. I just haven't decided yet. 2 Fusion Destiny because it's at 2. 3 Hero Lives because it's at 3. This card's busted. Like, best combos out in the deck, hands down. And of course, my phone goes off when I'm recording, like always. 1 Poly, 1 Dark Calling, 1 Miracle Fusion. This is your one of that you run in your deck's pretty standard. 2 Triple Tactical Talents. You guys know I hated this card for the longest, but I gotta admit, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This card have been playing amazing. Like, this is definitely the format for it, especially going second because everyone's running things like either Sorcerer, which have Omni Negates. They have to respond to this. They're running things like Mirror Jade. It's just a lot of goofy stuff that's happening on your turn. So this is really good, honestly. Don't use it against Imperm. I think I lost the game against a guy on Monday against the Sorcerer player that beat me because I played against 2 Sorcerer players. I beat one and lost against the other one, mainly due to play errors. But I think also I lost the game because I used this when he had freaking Imperm. I forgot Imperm wasn't a hand trap, so don't be like me and use it. But yeah, it's really good format for it. It doesn't target. Really good. Triple Droplet because it's busted. Go second. It stops Team Sorcerer. It shuts off Mirror Jade and all the Death Spear stuff. You just have to worry about the Death Spear back row, which is why there's Stratos to pop back row and force them to go off. So yeah, it's really good. Running at 3, no exception. I've been testing Change of Heart because I believe this card is busted. However, in my testing, every time I draw it, it's just like meh. Like, there's never been a game that I drew Change of Heart where I felt like this is game breaking. However, there was some times I'm like, if I was running like rank 4s in my extra deck, I could have took like a Moye from a Sorcerer player and overlaid into like Baguska or something. But this is in here because like against decks like Sorcerer, they have to respond to negate, so it's like a free negate. Against random decks like freaking Shadows or whatever, Despia or whatever, you can take their monster, they'll have to banish it or do something. Like, I like it still. I'm still gonna test it. I've considered cutting it for another TTT, honestly, but I'm still in that phase where I'm like, I think this card is really game changing. It's just I personally haven't played this deck enough to justify either cutting it or not running it at all. So, or keeping it in the deck rather. So we'll keep it in the deck for now just to see how it goes. But I still like Change of Hearts, like classic Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh! Veteran, 20 years in the game. Gotta run it, no exceptions. 3 Mass Change because Dark Law. Some people say you should only run 1 or 2. Heavily disagree. You guys will be surprised on the amount of times like this card, if you go first or have to go first, flip a Mass Change and your opponent, Dark Law sometimes wins games. And not to mention as well, you can OTK during the battle phase, so, which is why you're running at 3. And then 3 Super Polys because this is why we don't run a lot of hand traps. Against Despia, get rid of their field, go for the OTK. Against other decks, you can get rid of Baron because I do run the Wind E-Hero in my extra deck. So yeah, it's really good, man. 40 card deck. That's the reason why I don't have a lot of stuff in here, like a lot of hand traps. I'm trying to keep it at 40 because I believe 40 is the best number to run. Like I said, I'm an old school Yu-Gi-Oh player. That's what we do. All right, extra deck, man. So 1 Dread Decimator because it's broken. Like, he tramples, he boosts. Nothing more to be said about that. 2 Cross Crusader, bro. My game against DDDs the other day that I lost. I went into this twice. I was actually trying to go into it a 3rd time. I forgot. I was surprised I burnt through 2. This card is amazing. In the grind game, you run it at 2 because in the grind game, especially against decks like DDDs, they can just grind hard. You want to run it at 2 because you can always come back with it and grab that DP and pop off again. 1/1 driver is broken. Help start off your poly plays. You can literally, if you have to go first, like if somebody make you go first, you can go first turn. DP Sunriser, which is not a bad field at all. So, and if you're lucky and open up the Mass Change, that's even a better field. So that's why you run it. And then obviously here's a Miracle Fusion target to make Shining. So that's as good as well. 2 Dark Laws because it's broken. 3 is too many. 2 is just right. 1 Ab-Zero. You can hit the Sorcerer matchup with any hero by just targeting their tokens. When they make a token, make Ab-Zero because tokens are always water. Dangerous because there's times where he does come up. A lot of combos you guys know already. The Bane for the Dusty Gold package. DP because it's broken, obviously. Shining because you need more grinders with Miracle Fusion spamming. Sunriser because it's part of the combos. Escarito because when you get locked in the Fusion Destiny Darks, you want a Dark to summon with Miracle Fusion. And also Super Poly Target. Great Tornado, Super Poly Target, target the Baron, get rid of it, half their field. And Drago Staff Leah for your Super Poly Target once again for the Death Spear matchup specifically because he can negate monster effects. Then my side deck, it's going to change, but this is what I'm working with right now. 3 Drows for the random Prank Kid matchup, the DDD matchup. Yeah, broken card. Any deck that searches a lot, you guys already know what this does. 3 Token Collector, I think this is pretty much staple in everybody's side deck right now. Sorso, while it did get hit by the Hulk combo getting hit and the Verde getting hit, this deck is still amazing. It's still a good deck, so you need 3, no exceptions right now. 3 DD Crow because, like, it's the format for it, bro. This won me so many games against Death Spear is ridiculous. Like, if you're not maining 3, you definitely need to be siding 3, no exceptions. 3-dimensional Barrier for Death Spear and Sorso and random synchro decks. Then for back row decks, 2 Twin Twister and Rare Reboot. Then obviously you need a token, right? So man, this is my Go Second Hero deck profile in detail. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like the video if you're new here. If you guys want to subscribe for more, subscribe for more. It's your boy Rogue Hero, and I'm signing out. Peace and stay innovative, man. Deuces. You guys have a great rest of your day.